What's going on, y'all? 805 just here, just 805. I'm in the building. I'm in the place to be, representing the 8, the 0, the 5, Ventura County to the world, to the planet, to the universe. First off, I want to say shout out to y'all. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate everybody that is subscribed to the channel. Everybody that is a subscriber, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all the most. Why? Because y'all get notifications, whether it's in your YouTube app or on your computer, whatever piece of technology you're using currently to watch YouTube, something pops up every time I pop up. Every time I pop out with some new content, a new video, y'all are notified. So I really appreciate y'all. Everybody else, thank you for the views, the likes. Thank you for tuning in, watching my channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And let's just get right into it. Y'all know me. If you don't know me, you're getting to know me, and you will know me. I'm a movie buff. I love movies. I love TV as well, classic TV, and classic movies. But I'm a movie buff for real, for real. For those that have been, following my YouTube channel or even my social media, for a couple years now, or even, more than a few years, maybe since the beginning. Some of y'all would know that I am a screenwriter as well. Some of y'all would know that I've worked in TV, and that media broadcasting, this is my passion. I'm passionate about it. Hollywood has a problem, and the problem needs to be fixed, and there's only one solution. Here's an example of the problem. Joker 2. The Joker 2. This is the sequel to the Joker movie that came out in October of 2019. Joaquin Phoenix was the star or the lead actor in this. I believe he won, what did he win? Oscar. Yeah, no, not one Oscar. Well, he won an Oscar, and then the movie won 2 Oscars. So that's how good for business that movie was. The Joker. Let's see, the original one made or opened the opening weekend for the Joker back in 2019. Made $96.2 million. Let me say that one more time. $96.2 million in one weekend. They broke a couple records. And then when it was all said and done and all over worldwide, they ended up basically almost making $1.2 billion. They ended up making $1.1 billion off of Joker, off of that movie that came out in 2019. Now, let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump to 2024, the year we're in now. The new Joker, or the sequel to that, Joker 2 by Warner Brothers, just came out, was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. I could be mistaken. Either last weekend or this weekend. Either way, it's not looking good. It's looking like a flop. Now, why am I talking about this? One, I didn't even go see the original Joker movie. I just, I saw the stats. I heard about the records it broke, just seeing that in the news cycle, that type of thing. Two, being a movie buff, being a TV person, being someone who writes scripts and, works on these things behind the scenes, I have to pay attention to the business. I got to pay attention to, what's selling in Hollywood, what's not selling. Here's what should not be selling. Remakes. Too many remakes. Too many sequels. Hollywood is not using enough original content. They're not taking advantage of enough screenwriters. They're not taking advantage of enough original scripts, original stories. The art of storytelling, if it's not dead already, it's dying in Hollywood, because for some reason these major studios and these production companies just keep putting out remakes. Movies that have been made already, movies that have multiple sequels, movies that are offshoots of, an original already, similar to this Joker series that they're trying to do, which I think is done after this. Obviously, from what I just said a few minutes ago, the Joker that came out in 2019 was a hit. It was a banger, right? Now, for those that like superhero movies or are into action movies like I am, those are big money. Marvel, DC, not so much, but they, had a random heat rock with the Joker in 2019. But that those are usually going to make a good amount of money. Now, The new Joker, Joker 2, that is brand new. It's in theaters right now, if I'm not mistaken. It's not looking good, and I'll tell you why. For starters, 3 weeks ago, they're saying the first weekend, Joker 2 should make $70 million in the first weekend. So that was just 3 weeks ago. That was just in September. We're in October now. In September, they're saying this movie is gonna make $70 million in the very first weekend. Like right out the gate, 70 million. Bang, right? Now they're saying it's already gone down to 50 million domestically here in the United States. They're saying, okay, it doesn't look so, the reviews and people are saying online and on social media, maybe the movie won't make 70 million the first weekend. Maybe it'll make 50 million. Maybe it'll make 50 million. First of all, that's a $20 million drop. That's not a good look for a Hollywood movie. I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician. You don't have to be an entertainment or movie or film expert to know that a $20 million drop is not a good look, right? On top of that, here's what makes it even worse. And this is all because the one in 2019 did well. But sidebar, in my opinion, some movies don't need sequels. Just let it be good. Let it be a classic and let it go. This is the same mistake that was made with the movie Jaws. The original Jaws is still one of my favorite movies of all time. Steven Spielberg, one of my favorite directors of all time, right? Jaws didn't need a sequel. Jaws 2 was trash, and Jaws 3 was trash. The original Jaws could have been left alone and broke all those records. It was technically the first summer blockbuster. They couldn't just accept that and move on. They had to make two, a sequel and then a third one, and they were both terrible. Nobody talks about Jaws 2 and Jaws 3. So Universal Studios, they dropped the ball and made a mistake there, right? So this movie, Joker, let's get back on track. Joker 2, the estimated budget was $190 million. Let me say that one more time. The estimated budget for this Joker, not the last one that did well in 2019, the one here in 2024 now, Joker 2, has an estimated budget of $190 million. For those that don't know the movie business, it's very simple, and I'll explain it like this. Whatever the budget for that movie is, you got to make that money back. Most classic, most hit movies, most summer blockbusters, they make that money back and more. You know what I'm saying? So if the movie was 50 million, to make, the budget was 50 million, and that movie makes 100 million or 150 million, the studio is happy. The production company is happy. Everybody involved in the movie and the film, everybody's happy. They're good to go. Because why? This movie made way more than it cost to make the movie, than it cost to pay the actors, that it cost to pay the cameramen, that it cost to pay extras, everybody. They paid everybody already, and now it's time to get paid. It's time to, put some money back in the bank, right? If this movie, Joker 2, which is, it's here in the United States, and, it's being released domestically first, of course. If the budget is $190 million, and now they're saying this movie will barely make $50 million the first weekend, it's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be. I think they made a mistake here. I think Warner Brothers made a mistake. They should have just accepted the success from the first Joker movie that came out in 2019, and they should have moved on from that. Maybe, you do a TV show, a spinoff, or, do something, but not every movie needs a sequel. I'm sure y'all might even comment below a movie that in your mind didn't need a sequel. But there are some movies that, hey, the story has been told and that's it. Just be done. Just be done. But, we know in life, human nature, we can be greedy. We can be, thirsty for more when really we should be content with, where we left off, or, the original success. So I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see the original Joker movie from 2019. And I'm not going to see the Joker 2 that's out or is coming out this weekend. But I'm interested to see exactly what the numbers come out to. I'll definitely be crunching those numbers and watching over the next weekend and couple weeks, because so far it's looking like it's going to be a flop. And me personally, my prediction is this movie is going to flop. I think first of all, if the original here's the real mistake, right? In my opinion, and I know there was COVID in between, pandemic, all that. I understand that, right? No excuses. That's how I feel. No, don't make excuses. If the original, the first installment, Joker, came out in 2019, and the sequel's coming out in 2024, that's too long of a gap. You cannot wait that long for a sequel if you're trying to roll off the success of the first one. Now, I know there was COVID in between there, pandemic, shutdown, all that. If I'm an executive at a movie studio, if I'm an executive at a production company, I'm just saying, hey, the time has passed. It's too late. It's too late. If a movie came out in 2019 and now we're doing part 2 in 2024, it's too late. It's too late. You got to let that go. Put out a TV show or put out a series or something else. But a sequel, people have already forgot about the original. We got the Oscars. We got the accolades. We won all this big stuff for the original movie. Just live with that and move on. But the downside is, like I told y'all, something that I have to deal with and something that is really a pet peeve for me. And I'm sure it's for a lot of people who are either creatives or work in media broadcasting, or they're a screenwriter or a producer or whatever. For some reason, and I think it's fear of, losing money, fear of not being successful. Hollywood, for some reason, right now, they're only doing reboots. They're only doing remakes. It's not a lot of original ideas, or not a lot of original scripts, not many original stories. And to me, that's boring because we're just saying the same thing over and over. I think I mentioned this when I talked about the most recent Beverly Hills Cop that came out a few months ago with Eddie Murphy. I think it was Beverly Hills Cop 4 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I've seen every Beverly Hills Cop movie. I'm an Eddie Murphy fan. I've always been an Eddie Murphy fan, and I enjoy his movies. I think he has some real classics. But did they need a 4th Beverly Hills Cop? I don't know. I don't know if they did. Was it that good? If y'all go watch my old video, it wasn't that good, in my opinion. They could have just left it at 3 and been done with it. You know what I mean? So I think Hollywood needs to learn, and they will learn. I think eventually they will learn. Right now, Hollywood and executives and these big movie companies and movie studios, they're being a little stubborn, but they're going to continue to make these mistakes, right? They're going to keep putting out sequels, keep putting out movies that have been made 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and they keep remaking it with new actors and new casts and all that. They're going to realize they're not making money, and then they're going to go back to, hey, kind of like in the 90s. If you guys do your research, in the 90s, there was like a boom when it came to, new directors and new writers. And a lot of people who are famous now, they blew up really in the 90s before social media with, their new scripts and their new ideas and new styles and all this stuff. So maybe it'll go back to that. I certainly hope so. Not just for me, but just for everybody in general, because besides me writing scripts and besides me doing things behind the scenes when it comes to movies and TV shows and whatnot, I'm a fan first. I'm a movie buff. I'm a TV show guy first. Like, I enjoy going to the movies or watching a good movie, or I enjoy a good TV show. So even if I didn't write scripts, or if I didn't pitch things to studios and whatnot, I would still want Hollywood to make a move. I would still want Hollywood to switch and flip the way they're doing things, because at a certain point it just gets boring. I don't want to keep seeing remakes. I don't want to see, Toy Story 7. I don't want to see, Bad Boys 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's learn from Jaws, learn from this Joker movie, which I do believe is going to flop, and let's move forward and give people opportunities. Give newcomers opportunities, open doors. There's a lot of great scripts floating around Hollywood right now. There's a lot of great scripts that are online. There's a lot of great screenwriters who are unknown, and you got to tap into a lot of these people and their potential, because they're sitting on gold. They're sitting on the next Jaws. They're sitting on the next Independence Day. They've got some of these great movies in the archives and in their computers and Macs and whatnot, but Netflix and Universal Studios and MGM and Paramount, They want to keep remaking stuff that we've seen before already, and it's not even really better than the original. So what's the point? What's the point of doing it? You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening to my rant. If you go see this Joker 2 movie, let me know. Please comment below if it is bad, because I'm hearing that it's not it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing it's not. And obviously from the projections, from the numbers I shared, it seems like it's not going to do anything. It's not, it's going to be a waste of money, basically. It's going to be a tax write-off for Warner Brothers. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, just a little movie talk. The weekend is here. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being subscribed to the channel. As always, I want to give a shout out to one of our great sponsors, Circuit City. For all your electronic and electronics needs, go down to your local Circuit City. Tell them 805 Just sent you, Just 805. They may give you a discount, may show you some love, but make sure you go down to Circuit City, see what they got. And as always, y'all, peace.